5. Head to our horseback on the ranch. After reuniting with the rest of the LGBT community, Luz and Amity, along with Adoa and Catra, volunteered to be the first to ride the horses. They are allowed to use 2 horses at a time for 2 laps around the ranch. The rest of the group watched from the sidelines, waiting their turn to ride a horse before heading the next step of the fundraiser. Molly, Andrea, and Libby helped Luz and Amity to get onto the horses. "Let's keep our fingers crossed," Adoa said, straightening up her crustian helmet. "I rode with Swiftwind, so I can catch on a bit easier. The only thing I'm worrying about is if we all can do this," Amity commented. "Practice makes perfect," Molly replied. "As long as we have the time, we can all get this right together. Let's just pray we don't get a concussion if we fly off," Catra said, holding on to Adoa. Don't act like everything we did in our Netflix show was history. We still got this," Adoa turned to Catra. As Molly and her friends head back from the horse track, the 4 put their focus while the horses themselves slowly walked without command. Removing, Luz took notice. "Just push her gently whenever you want to go faster, or pull if you want to stop," Amity said. Adora's horse went faster as she held onto her. Catra slowly but surely managed to get the hang of it. With Molly and friends heading back to the group, the community took their time to watch the horses make 2 laps. "I'm sure we're gonna need more money if we're actually gonna dye the manes on the horses," Enid said with her arms crossed. "Did you even think you would get this far?" Red Action wondered. "Time is always important, never underestimate it," Molly answered. Adoa and Catra gained the hang of it as they made it halfway around the ranch. However, Luz and Amity just finished 1/4 of it. "Aren't you gonna move our horse faster?" Amity asked. "I'm trying, I just don't want to harm it," Luz looking at her horse. "Come on, we're not gonna hurt you." The horse moved faster, but not as much compared to Adoa and Catra's horse. For about 3 seconds, it slowly ran faster as it made it halfway around the ranch. Meanwhile, Adoa and Catra did 1 lap as they were thrilled to the max riding the horse. The community itself may be thankful for progress, but they need more after witnessing Luz and Amity falling behind. "You're right, this is gonna take a lot of time," Bismuth commented. "And we can't cheat by making machinery horses," Allie replied. "Just you wait for people who are looking forward to horses," Rarity wrapping her arm around Applejack. You're not the only ones," Sam smirked. "I'm ready for challenges." "Our friends don't like bragging, you know," Luna chimed. "I'm full of optimism today, so should you." "Don't expect all of us, this is new in the community," Bonnabelle replied. "Like I said, time is always important." Molly leaned next to the ex-candy princess, only to get back to her friends. Adoa and Catra stopped the horse after doing 2 laps around the ranch. They immediately got off the horse, walking up to the community with joy in their systems. "That was fun," Adoa smiled with sparkles in her eyes. "Our horse must like us." "Yeah, we are going faster than usual," Catra added. "Then we should know the horse's name in case you're riding her again," Jess smiled. "But the other horse doesn't seem to like Luz and Amity," Libby replied. "Or the show from the look on her face," Andrea added. After Adora's horses passes them by, Luz decides to pull her horse after doing 1 lap. Liam walked up to them as they got off. "There was something wrong with this horse," Amity taking off her equestrian helmet. "Maybe she doesn't like you," Liam said, looking at the horse. "Can I get you a different horse?" for later, let's have our other friends Whitehall to see if she likes them. Luz replied, handing her equestrian helmet to Rarity. Now watch what real pros do it, Sugar Cubes. Applejack commented as she and Rarity got onto the horse. Luna and Sam got onto the horse with Sam in front, taking control of the horse. As Luz, Molly, and the others head back to the group, Luz and Amity feel unsatisfied after minutes of the horse slowing down. Don't worry, we can think of something, Molly smiled. Do you think about bonding with horses? Sapphire wondered. No, that's the only thing I left out during my LGBT research. We should definitely pick a horse for each pairing for bonding purposes, Paul commented. Ain't that the truth? Luz replied. I'm thinking the horse won't like us if we ride her, Libby turns to Molly. Or if she really doesn't like us, she might throw us off. Don't be overly negative. The horses didn't kick out of the ranch, Molly retorted. Applejack and Rarity made a head start with the horse with Sam and Luna right behind them. Both horses ran the exact same speed, making it almost a race. Applejack and Rarity are enjoying their time together while the horse liked them than the last riders. However, the other horse with Luna and Sam riding on has been growing attached to them. Come on, Goa, let's pick up the pace. Let's pick up the pace. Yeehaw, Sam shouted while her horse moved faster. You sure you know what you're doing? We might still fly off, Luna said, keeping her grip on her girlfriend. Don't worry, we'll be fine. Upon reaching halfway on the track, Sam and Luna managed to pass by Applejack and Rarity, taking them by surprise. Darling, they're making us eat their dust, Rarity commented. Dang, never thought we'd be taking a back seat to those who aren't our friends, Applejack replied. Then keep up on staying in front of them. Applejack forced her horse to move faster as they're close to wrapping up the first lap. However, Sam and Luna's horse was gaining much faster, keeping themselves in the lead. The community witnessed the two horses running much faster compared to the last session. After the two horses began their second lap, Rarity and Applejack are slowly gaining, but it doesn't change the fact that Sam's not giving up that easy. This is getting intense, Marceline said, flying high to see more of the action. This really feels like a horse race, so she added. After landing halfway on the ranch, Applejack reached next to Sam, neck and neck while Luna and Rarity are enjoying themselves. Have you gotten used to this? Luna responded. I'm a fast learner, Sam smiled. You're still gonna eat our dust once you see us crossing the finish line, Applejack taunted. I don't think so. Soon Sam's horse manages to run slightly faster, taking Rarity by surprise. How is this possible? She reacted in disbelief. Sam and Luna's horse stayed back in the front as they did their second lap after Applejack and Rarity's, surprising the community for how she pulled it off. Sam and Applejack forced the horses to stop as Liam and Molly walked up to them. As they got off of them with Sam's adrenaline to the max. That was awesome, Sam hugging Luna. Tell me about it. We should have this horse be your own horse for the fundraiser, Molly cheered. If that's what you want, then I'll find a different horse for the next pairing, Liam replied. But at the same time, you all really need to bond your horses to make your fundraiser succeed. We're working on it. Luz and Amity may have to start from scratch with a new horse. After Sam and Luna head back to the group, Rarity felt stunned that she and Applejack took second despite nearly the horses they rode before helped them when it came to bonding. Maybe we haven't gotten in touch with the horses lately. Rarity quipped, taking off her equestrian helmet. That's not true. It's just we're not the only ones here, Applejack said. But still, this is not a competition. We're supposed to help our community. Yeah, but as long as we're having the others right along, make sure we take the front. You know, we're no better in this community ever since we've joined. Rarity always remembered meeting other cartoon stars that aren't My Little Pony or Equestria Girls, and the moment she meets Molly last night goes to show how she hasn't been in touch with them more than the horses. Maybe we should know Molly a little more in our plan. As Applejack agreed with her, Liam took out another horse for one of the parents to grow a bond with, for better or worse. Bonnabelle and Marceline picked the new horse, while Enid and Red Action picked the horse Luna and Sam just used. You take all your time if you want the horse that likes you the most. Liam looking at the 4 X stars on the 2 horses. There are other ranches out there if none of the horses work out for either of you. If he or she doesn't like us, it won't be a problem with us, Bonnabelle replied. We take more time even if we're dealing with a deadline, Enid added. It's for our community and LGBT itself, Red Action added. Let's get the show on the road, Marceline said, holding on to her girlfriend. As Liam got out of the way, it allowed the horses to run on the trail. However, when Bonnabelle and Enid tried to make the horses faster, they didn't even make an attempt to go faster. They remained the same speed limit upon beginning the 2 laps. I rode on a swan a long time ago, and it didn't take long until she liked me, Bonnabelle looking at her horse. Was the swan actually real? Red Action asked. I trained her before the shooting, but still, this horse doesn't seem to like us, Marceline taking notice. I think the problem is we're new to them, Enid replied. They may like the other people who rode on them, but still. Upon reaching 1/4 the way around the ranch, Bonnabelle moved up a little to look into the eye of her horse. The horse may have taken notice, but she didn't do anything while looking at what's in front of her. Adore and Applejack could probably help us to bond with the horses, she backed up. Sam and Luna must have gone lucky. You know, Bonnabelle, Molly didn't mention about bonding with the horses if she wants this to work, Red Action replied. Plus, I'm still thinking this won't be a good idea. Is it because you don't like riding a horse compared to driving a Hoover car? Enid wondered. I don't use horses for time travel. Riding horses take time to grow accustomed to the riders. How would you know? Marceline turned to Enid. You are a witch, not a cowgirl like Applejack. I'm just saying if OKKO continued, we would have had episodes with different ideas. We had a western idea where me and my friends rode on horses for a bit. Don't you think you would expect something like that in a show where anything can happen? Bonnabelle wondered. Weepy Bears can do anything, and the elements of doing anything it wants is the same as your show. Enid remembered the worst episode her show made. Let's not be skeletons. Not only was she criticized, but she always tells any fan of hers that the episode is like every other episode, no matter how difficult it is to believe. After reaching halfway on the track, it hit Enid. After knowing Marley last night, don't you think Molly needs some guidance on what horses feel. Probably. She and Libby are gonna ride after we're done, Marceline said. Not to mention that Ruby and Sapphire haven't had a ride yet. This gave Enid an idea. If she and the others are willing to allow a new star to be in charge of the community for the fundraiser, they need to make sure a setback of a plan won't backfire on her. We should also tell Ruby and Sapphire to fuse into Garnet after they're done, Bonnabelle replied. And I'm sure there's a lot more than riding a horse, unless she knows something that we don't. Red Action finished.